Hello everybody, welcome to another video here on CM42 TV, and yes, it's that time of the month again. And this month actually it's happening twice, not what you're thinking of. Get your mind out of the gutter, you horrible people. Mellow out, chill, whoa, just take it easy man. And let's talk about some wrestling, shall we? Because last night on filming date, so I'll probably upload this today, definitely. Last night was WWE Elimination Chamber 2018. And we're here to discuss. I don't really have very many opinions on this one. Since returning to YouTube, I kind of wanted to make sure I get all the pay-per-views done for Mellow Thoughts. So far, we had 1 for 1 with Royal Rumble. So now we are 2 for 2 with Elimination Chamber. Later on this month, in 2 weeks' time, there's Fastlane, which I still can't really buy into that name of a pay-per-view. And then, of course, there's WrestleMania, which, of course, we would do Mellow or not. We would do some sort of discussion, whether it's brutal or very positive. But last night was Elimination Chamber, and I don't really have too many opinions. Nothing really that negative to say, but nothing really too positive to say either. Like, it was a fine show. Typical WWE pay-per-view. And, oh, by the way, I do want to say, coming up this week, on CM42 TV, it's like some sort of mad news channel. We have episode 1 of the brand new season of Chris and Cammy Take the Road. On the season finale of season 1, we had a bit of a fallout. We had an argument. So episode 1 of the new season shows you the first encounter that we had together after having that fallout. So it was a little bit awkward. I can't wait for you to see it. And then later on this week is a big video for me. It is my YouTube story video, which is about 25 minutes long or something. And it's me talking about my entire journey on YouTube. So I'm sure you'll see that. Plus the premiere of a new intro for CM42 TV videos will be debuting on that YouTube story video. So that's stay tuned this week on CM42 TV. And if you're watching this on tape delay, check out the library here on the channel, and you can find those exciting videos here in the new year and the content on CM42 TV. Anyway, if you're wrestling fans, you know there's a good chance you watched Elimination Chamber last night, because it is one of the last stops on the road to WrestleMania, the last stop for the Raw brand. And it's been really weird wrestling recently, because it's kind of like one good week, one bad week. I guess the main thing I kind of want to talk about is Seth Rollins being fucking the Iron Man, breaking a record on Raw this past week. Didn't he? It was like the longest time ever in a ring or something in WWE history. It's the longest match in WWE history. It was like 106 minutes long or something, which is bizarre. The gauntlet match, especially the fact that it was Raw, but you have to take into consideration the adverts and stuff. The match is still going on, you know. I really, really loved that format and loved the match. I didn't watch the full thing because had stuff on that day. So what I did, I woke up in the morning and I watched the highlights on YouTube, and I was like, hang on a minute. Like, the commentators were saying it, obviously, because the highlights on YouTube are just like 3-4 minute videos. So the commentators like, Seth Rollins has been in the ring for 65 minutes. And I was like, what? So when I had a free minute a few days ago, I think it was Friday afternoon, I thought I'll just watch Seth Rollins' hour. And I watched it, and what an amazing performance, an amazing shift. And he's trying to turn Monday Night Raw back into Monday Night Rollins. This was a good way to do it. I love his new t-shirt. Totally ripping off Kevin Owens, though. Kevin Owens had the Raw is War logo, and it said the Kevin Owens Show. He's got the sort of 95, 96 Raw logo, the New Generation logo. It says Monday Night Rollins. Really cool idea, but, you know, kind of ripping off Kevin Owens. But anyway, Kevin Owens still hasn't done the SmackDown one. I thought he'd do that by now, but I guess he's trying not to be samey. But, yeah, so that was that great performance. Amazing star-making performance. If you were not penciled in for a WrestleMania match, what can you do to kind of get their attention and say, you should probably put me in the WrestleMania match? That's a perfect way to do it. So I'm very happy that that he was given that opportunity. I think he's proven that he is top, 5, 3 even best workers still in the world and in the company. So I've never really been like the biggest Rollins fan. Like, I've always been more of a fan of other guys, but you can't deny how good he is. So that's a really good thing for him. And then last night, great showing in the Elimination Chamber. I thought the women's chamber match was a bit better than the men's one. That could just because it was the first one, it was fresh in their minds and stuff, but I just felt as if it was booked better. Having people come in at certain points to work with each other sort of thing was a good idea. And I don't know if it was just me that I was tired of it, but by the time we got to all 7 men in the men's chamber, it was a bit, not boring, but it was a bit kind of like, right, get on with it sort of thing. And it did go on for about 40 minutes, the match. And they're loving the long matches these days, which is great. It's something refreshing to see, actually. Braun Strowman running through everybody, and I don't have an issue with that because they're booking him like a monster and you're trying to get him to be undefeatable. However, I don't like how he just wins with the power slam. I think it doesn't look particularly great. It's really fast. It doesn't look that like it's just boom, boom, pin, you know, especially guys like Cena and Balor and Rollins. They're going through this horrible, you know, match and stuff, and then just because Braun Strowman's massive and he's powerful, one move does the trick. I don't know if that's particularly, I don't know if I like that, but you know, it's good for Braun anyway. He's booked like a madman, isn't he? He's in a great position with the company right now. But I don't know what they're going to do with him for WrestleMania, because I was going through in my head last night during the Chamber match what I would do. And this is a whole other video in itself. I don't even know if I'm going to have time to do it, but I suppose if off the top of my head right now of things I was thinking about last night, what I would do if I was in charge of WrestleMania, I would probably keep Roman against Lesnar, because that's a pretty big match. That's like the WWE's match, I suppose, and I absolutely love their match at WrestleMania 31. One of my favourite WrestleMania main events ever. So I don't have an issue with them doing the rematch, because it'll be great. It will be. I'm a Roman fan, and Lesnar's always pulling out great main event matches, so that's fine. If they're going to do that, they're going to do that. Still no word on Cena versus Taker. That's definitely not my first pick. I don't get it. I don't know why the big sort of everybody wants to see it, because it seems like it's very contradictory. So Taker doing another match, God's sake, he's so slow. They need to put him against someone who's new, upcoming and fast. They put him against Roman, folk moan. We want him against Cena. Makes no sense to me. But if they're going to do that, fine. That gives Cena something to do. And then you get AJ and Shinsuke for the WWE title, which is dream match. Happy as Larry, happy as Fran for that one. No issues there. And then otherwise, I don't know what you do. Like, you get your women's match. You get Alexa Bliss versus Asuka. Very happy with that. And then I guess you're going to have Charlotte defend against Becky Lynch and Natalia or Naomi, a triple threat match or something. That's fine. Ronda Rousey teams with Kurt Angle against Triple H and Stephanie, because that's pretty much a shoe-in now after last night. Nice wee segment there. Thought Kurt Angle was really good in that segment. And other than that, what else do you do? I kind of thought of maybe a fatal four-way for the Intercontinental title. You know, have Miz, Rollins, Balor and Strowman, maybe elimination fatal four-way. And then for the SmackDown side of things, that could be the ladder match. You know, they always like a ladder match. It adds and helps the card for the US title. So say, get the US title off Bobby Roode and put it on whoever, Kevin Owens again. And have Owens, Zayn, Corbin, Ziggler, Ty Dillinger, Jinder Mahal, Rusev, that sort of bunch in a ladder match of some kind. And I would have Randy Orton versus Bobby Roode, because that's kind of what they're going for just now. I think they're having the match at Fastlane. That's a WrestleMania match to me, so, you know, that's kind of what I would do. Plus, you get your Cruiserweight match. Tag title-wise, I have no idea what you do unless you put Usos versus The Bar. Battle for the, you know, who's the best tag team. And then if they're going to do that, Daniel Bryan versus Shane, are they going to do it? I don't know. I hope so. I'd love that. Winner gets control of SmackDown. That would be really cool. So that's what I would do if I was in charge of WrestleMania. Trying to, you know, that's off the top of my head, or what I was thinking about last night during the pay-per-view. That's kind of, that's what I would do for WrestleMania. So, other than that, last night's Chamber pay-per-view wasn't anything special. The Ronda thing was good. The two Chamber matches were fine. Thought the women's one was better booked and betterly executed. Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy's match was okay. Finally, Matt getting a win. They need to do a final deletion thing. But it looks like he's going to be in the Battle Royal at WrestleMania, which again, I suppose isn't a bad thing. It's just, it's not a great thing. It's not DDP. That's a good thing. But it gets him on the card, I suppose, but it's just like, kind of, people need to understand, there's not room for everybody, you know? It's not as if you can just have everybody in a match. It's not going to happen. So a lot of your favourites, like even Rusev and Gable and Benjamin and people like that, they're going to be in, look at Gallows and Anderson, they're going to be in the Battle Royal, and I hope it's not like, we don't have anything for Ziggler and Elias and Balor, let's put him in the Battle Royal, you know? And I hope Miz has a prominent match, because the IC champion, he's had an amazing year, things like that, you know? So, I don't know, it's going to be hard. I don't envy them booking WrestleMania, I really don't. So, it's going to be good. Unless they do a triple threat match, they put Strowman in the title match. I don't want that though. I think Lesnar and Reigns is a great match, and I think that's a big draw. It's a great contrast to Shinsuke and AJ. That's your workhorse match, and then your attraction match is Reigns and Lesnar, which is perfectly acceptable. So, there you go. What other matches were last night? Titus Worldwide, Apollo, not Apollo Crews. So, Apollo Crews' gimmick, Crews can't lose. His name, because he did. It's just called Apollo now. I think that's really funny. But yeah, there you go. Indifferent. Nia Jax and Asuka had a good wee match. The crowd were into it, which was nice and refreshing to see people really invested in a Nia Jax match. It doesn't happen very often. So yeah, there you go. There's some nice and easy thoughts for Elimination Chamber. Hope everybody enjoyed, and stay tuned for the season premiere of season 2 of Chris and Cammy Taking the Road, and within the next few days. And then of course my YouTube story, big video, really good video, one of my best ones in a while, coming up. Hopefully this weekend, end of the week, who knows. So stay tuned for that, and you can follow me on Twitter at CM42TV. Subscribe for more. Leave a comment, let me know what you thought of Elimination Chamber and what you would do at WrestleMania 34. Until next time, folks, lovely talking to you, and take care of yourselves.